the week of the 20th of December 2021. Lots of 20s involved there. Right, so before I start, I have a very special on at the moment. It's a Christmas gift to you. If you do order a soulmate or twin flame reading, I will be giving you as a gift a year ahead 2022 personal forecast reading. It's a big gift, that one, a real big one. It has the same value as what your soulmate reading does. So take advantage of that offer. I'm going to be putting a link in the description box below for those of you that would like to take up that offer. And the cards are getting jumpy. They're all excited about it. It's on my website. I will put that link in the description box below. Okay, I'll go after that card in a sec. I reckon it's the theme for the week ahead. It was very jumpy. Let's pull out the rest of the cards so long. Yeah, so have a look on my website. The Soulmate Twin reading, if you purchase that, you will get as a gift your personal 2022 forecast reading. Right, so let's see. Oh, okay. Right. Okay, and then I want to grab that card that landed on the ground. Okay, just put this here. Okay, and then disappear for a sec while I fetch that card. Okay, I've got it. Okay, so this card was really jumpy, sprang out, okay, and said, I'm the theme ahead for the week. So, release, the end of a phase of situation, time to move on. So this week sees closure of something. Actually, that's quite interesting because today we have a full moon, and it's a really nice full moon. And full moons, sort of their effect, you really can feel the impact or the great start of the manifestation. Full moon, sorry, there was a bit of an interruption there. We have insane wind today, and I'd probably has something to this up, closes, has served its purpose, it's done its time, and it finished up, okay? Then you get, it's time to buckle down and honor your commitments, okay? So this week you're going to see yourself getting stuck into something. Maybe you're finishing up a project this week, and it's the last finishing touches of it, and you really got to get going now. I have a bit of a project with, as some of you may know, I'm doing pastel paintings, pet portraits in pastel paintings, that kind of thing. And I've decided that I would like to get into framing as well. I, interestingly enough, did woodwork at school, right through to, what do you call it? We call it matric, and I think they call it grade 12 here now, and I think it's grade 12 for you guys as well. So I did it right through my high school life. So I've decided I'm going to get into that. So I need to get finished on the planning that's involved in doing that this week. So yeah, I'm always doing something new. I thought it's a natural progression. So maybe you're doing something like that as well. You've got a natural progression of something, and this week you've actually got to knuckle down and get into the nitty-gritty of it and get it sorted and finalized so you can move on to the next phase of it. Okay, it has that kind of energy. There's also falling in love this week, very interestingly. And I will say to you, it's been showing up in a lot of places now. There's a very central theme, central key kind of energy about falling in love, being swept off your feet by something. Now remember, these are the emotional cards, so it can be a person, but it can also be a new project, it can be a pet, anything that really connects with your heart. You get a bit swept off your feet by that this week. The Two of Fire says you've come into your own and you are now continuing to move forward. So you have found your feet. You have found your traction this coming week, and you start feeling more confident about taking those steps forward. It could be in a partnership, the Two of Fire. So it could be in partnership, in collaboration with somebody, or it's you and your project, something like that, okay? But there's a tandem kind of element to this, and you've found your feet now, and you found that heart connection with it. It can also be a somebody, and you are stepping forward quite Hey, Lorna, it's so nice to see you. Okay, so Seven of Fire, defend your beliefs and stand your ground. So you're going to have to be pretty determined this week carrying this forward, whatever it may be. You're probably going to find somebody challenges you about it or makes you doubt yourself even. Says, keeps dropping little comments that make you feel a bit doubtful. And you're going to have to convince yourself. It's never about convincing anyone else. It's about convincing yourself. You need to solidly believe in what you are doing. You need to stand your ground, okay? The King of Fire says focus, focus, focus. So it's about standing your ground and focusing on that project. Don't get distracted by things around you. It's that kind of time of year where we get distracted, definitely. It's a very distracting energy this time of year. So you need to focus on that, whatever it is that you are now either closing up, finishing up, or closing a stage of it so that you can move on to the next stage, right? Then the final tarot card before we do your relationship reading is news of an exciting new endeavor using your originality and ingenuity. It's the Page of Fire. Isn't that nice? So I think you're being a little bit pressurized and pushed with the guidance coming through, and you're going to feel it in the week as well, to finish up something because something is coming. And it needs your slate clean, your table clean. It needs you organized. It needs you focused with clarity. Okay? So that you can take up this wonderful opportunity that is showing up at the end of the week. That is really, really nice. I'm quite excited to see what that is. Right, so that is your tarot cards for this week, okay? So the release card is about the ending of a phase and the moving on to something new. So awesome that. Right, relationships. Let's see what you can store for those this week. Especially seeing as we got that falling in love card. So for some of you, that could be the case. For others of you, it's just a genuine heart connection with something. A project, an organization, a new business partner, something like that. Even like I said, a pet, I'm hearing that for someone. Hello, Maria. Oh, that's so nice. I was just this morning going through all my recordings and yours were there. I structure them and put them in folders and that kind of thing. I try to stay organized. Okay, so let's see what is for relationship this week. It's safe for you to love. Okay, so we're going to start off with an open heart this week. We are being encouraged to. We will feel the inclination to, and there's great energy surrounding. If you open your heart this week, let's see what will happen. Okay. Divine timing is at work here. So if you are open to, and those of you like Maria that do get readings from me fairly regularly, will know that I will always say that the soulmate, the partner, the soul relationship will exist, can only come close to you when your heart is open. And sometimes we really, really want those soulmates, but the energy we're putting out there, that particular soulmate that we've thought we'd like to have, and we've put elements in there. We've decided what kind of person we'd like them to be. We've decided how we want them to treat us. Just through basic experiences in relationships, we've discovered all this. So that person's there, and they have a certain frequency or energy, but they can't get in as long as we've got some part of our heart shut off. How is your heart? You'll say to me, my heart's open. Well, you think a lot, or you think sometimes, or it creeps into your mind when you think about relationships, how you were rejected. You've observed how other relationships are going. You think, I don't want that. So there's this constant kind of locking down. Little doors are closed all along the way. So we need to focus on what we want and only what we want. The rest of it, if the thought comes in, let it cruise through and out the other side. Okay, you don't want to be thinking on it. That's mostly what an open heart is about. And this week, if you can keep your heart open, there's divine timing at work here. Something special is about to happen. Okay? Right, yes. So the unrequited love comes up next. So that tells me definitely that we are dealing here with having felt rejected before. Perhaps fallen in with someone, perhaps had a relationship with someone and they didn't feel quite the same way. So that door is firmly shut. And it is a button that can be pushed, and it's something that we fear, and that is shutting down one's heart. If you look at that situation in the past as it is what it is, it was what it was, it has nothing to do with now or the future, then you have opened the channels in your heart again, and that soulmate can come in. We've also been focusing on finances and career. Who hasn't, given the climate at the moment, right? Our career, our finances have been probably on all of our minds. So for a lot of people, that's a lot where your focus has been, which also means that impacts on your relationship energy. It also means that's where the manifestation has been taking place or not taking place, depending what kind of energy you're focusing there, okay? But there's a wedding involved here. So despite we may have been focusing very heavily on our relationship, on our career and money lives, material lives, there is potential here for this week, if your heart is open, to bump into someone that has very long-term relationship potential. I will also say this card will always show up. If you're going to a wedding in the coming week, keep your eyes and your heart open, okay? Because there's potential to bump into somebody that has long-term potential. Now, those of you that are in relationships, that relationship can get really secure footing. It can become a marriage. It can have long-term potential, or it can just have a much more stable connection between the two of you. If you open your heart this week and you forget about the rejections you have felt, okay? They are what they are. They were what they were. They're done and they dusted. And you maybe don't worry too much about the financial side of things, okay? Then you're going to find that this week you can get a nice sure footing in that existing relationship. So it's that kind of energy this week. It's about shifting focus onto keeping an open heart, and then you can have a really, really committed long-term relationship. Okay. There's a lot of other energies that are coming in from everywhere at the moment that can disturb the equilibrium or the ability to draw in a relationship. But divine timing is at work here. What does that say to us? That says to us that it's a moment, it's a portal, it's a door, it's an opportunity at the moment. If we can shift our focus onto opening our hearts and being open-hearted and just seeing what rolls out for us, that we can actually have a really good solid relationship coming into our life, or the relationship we're in can become a really good solid relationship. Right, so that is your reading for the week ahead. Okay, thank you very much for chatting to me. I really, really appreciate it. Actually, it's just so nice to see people saying hello. Okay, so I'm wishing you all hugs and blessings for the week ahead, and don't forget about that lovely special offer. It's a really nice one. I'll put that link in the description box below, or gift and offer, right? And that's on my website, yes, and we'll speak again soon.